Why do we think specific desires are so difficult or impossible to manifest? It could be desiring a new person you know, a particular job, wanting an ex back, or even winning the lottery. The desires may differ, but the issues and obstacles are similar, and as they often cause us so much pain, should we forget them and only focus on general desires? Well, in this video, I'll show you that it is possible to receive your specific desires and how you can manifest them just as easily as general ones. Why do we think specific desires are impossible or more difficult to manifest than general ones? There are many reasons why we might think our desires are impossible. For example, we might feel that being too specific reduces our chances of success, as we provide our minds with fewer options. It's like putting all our eggs in one basket. When we try to manifest desires like a celebrity or winning the lottery, the competition dramatically increases. It doesn't always have to be about the numbers. It can happen when we give more credence to the competition than usual. For example, when we want a specific job, the desire might be so great that we start comparing ourselves to the other candidates, causing our insecurities to surface like unworthiness, so we become pessimistic about our chances. Even when our desires are general, we often drag up our past experiences to muddy the waters. But we compound the issue when we desire something specific. It could be something we have wanted for a long time and have repeatedly failed to acquire, like our boss's job. It could also apply when we desire something that we used to have, like wanting our ex back. And when we want a specific desire by a certain date, we create extra pressure on ourselves. For example, we might desire a particular job before our money runs out, or the need to manifest our desired person in time for the prom. What connects all these reasons is that by making our desires specific, we are more likely to fixate on the 3D, the physical world, looking for signs or wondering how it will enter our lives. But if we don't see any signs of progress, we blame ourselves, thinking we haven't done enough mental work. So we become obsessed with processes, assuming they are the magic cure. But as one technique fails to work, we move on to another and another, hoping to find the missing piece. And as our grip tightens, the wanting and needing of our desire keeps us in a state of fear and lack, thinking we want this specific desire or nothing at all. At this point, we might start buying into the belief that we're not allowed to have this desire, as we shouldn't be attached to the outcome, because when we do, we're not allowing our mind, universe, God, or whatever we believe to do its job. So we now feel guilty for wanting our particular desire. We could also believe that a desire may not be suitable for our highest good as an explanation for not receiving it. And if we are manifesting a specific person, we start thinking we could be manipulating them by messing with their free will. So when the pain becomes too much, we give up. So, how do you resolve the situation? You do this by approaching the subject of manifesting specific desires differently from general ones. And this is done by shattering each limiting belief. The first thing you need to do is believe that your specific desire is possible to manifest, as it already exists, no matter what it is or how impossible you think it might be to obtain it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had the thought in the first place. No circumstances can stop you if you assume your desire is yours, so that your dominant thoughts are that of being the person who has their desire. Do this, start reminding yourself that you are the boss of your reality, and as you are the only person in the world with free will in how you choose to focus, the 3D physical world, including your desire, has to conform and show up for you. No questions asked. When you are using the law of assumptions principles to change your life, you are not manipulating other people, because the only person you are changing is yourself. There are infinite versions of the people in your world, so if you have a particular person in mind, there is a version of them that has never met you, one that has left you and has moved on, and another that loves and adores you and wants to be with you. The point is, you decide which version you want to see by becoming the person that already has them in your life. When it comes to competition and chance, you might think that specific desires, like winning the lottery, are impossible, as the odds are against you, so why waste your time? But by knowing the law of assumption, you know that logic and statistics do not come into it, as the only odds are whether you assume it is true that you are a lottery jackpot winner or not. If you change your mindset into believing you are the only one entering the competition or applying for a specific job, then the odds are always in your favour. This philosophy worked for Helen Hadsell, the contest queen, as she won every contest she entered by repeating the mantra, "The only competition you ever have is with yourself." Helen used this mantra to help her win many prizes, including multiple houses and luxury trips abroad, like Paris. Now's the time to work on the limiting belief around its specificity. Instead of thinking you are restricting your mind and what the outcome could be, by being so specific, you're actually helping your mind know where to focus. Because the more specific you can be, the easier it is to visualize your desire, so it becomes easier to live in the desired state. And the more you live in this state, the quicker your desire comes to you. But are you still messing with how your desire will arrive? Well, as long as you concentrate on living in the end, by focusing on what it would be like to be the person who already has their desire, you are not thinking about how it will happen. For example, when manifesting a lottery win, you are not deciding what lottery machine to use, which supervisor picks the balls, or even the ball order. No, you only focus on the winnings or finding out that you've won the jackpot. When manifesting your desired person, you are imagining life with them, not how they ask you out. Hopefully by now, you're beginning to believe your specific desire is possible. So what do you do next? The next thing to do is to let go of your beliefs and memories of past failures by starting afresh. It does not matter how often or how long you have tried to manifest your desire, the most effective way is to start again. And you do this by assuming you have asked for it today. It makes your intent light and pure, as there is nothing to hinder its progress. So if you want to rekindle a relationship, start afresh today by forgetting about any arguments, mistakes, and negative beliefs you have about that subject, and desire again with pure intent. Claim your desire, and from this moment, declare and assume that it is yours now. I know you might think this is impossible, but if you can, you'll be amazed at how quickly your situation changes. So the final thing to let go of is any time restraints. You do this by reminding yourself that time is an illusion, as you already have your desire now. You just can't see it yet. But if something happens in your world that displeases you, remember the 3D physical world is not permanent. Therefore, you can change any situation, even when trying to manifest a specific desire. For example, say you found the perfect house, but it's sold before you can make an offer. When this happens, you can decide whether you want to find another house or stick with this one. The choice is yours. You don't need to worry as long as you persist in the belief that the house is yours, no matter what. So ignore anything that tells you otherwise, like people insisting you move on to another desire. It's all about trust, letting go, and having faith in the knowledge that what you assume will happen. Start believing that you can have your specific desire and watch the magic happen. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again.